What is up, everybody? JT Dangerously here once again. I am here to do my Week 8 college football predictions. Now, with Week 7 in the books, we are now into Week 8 of the college football season. So I'm extremely excited to do my Week 8 college football predictions for you guys, and I hope you guys do enjoy. Now, our record in Week 7 was great. We went 33-19, so we're coming in hot, and I'm looking to keep it that way. So hoping this video we will continue the winning ways. We are currently on a 6-week winning streak. Hoping this video we make it 7 weeks in a row. Hopefully. Now, this is the first video of a combined 2 video day on the channel today, guys. So, hope you guys will be able to watch this video and all the fantastic videos we got on deck on the channel on this monster month of October this year. And as always, sure to support the channel as always, guys, by watching these videos, super kicking those like buttons, hitting that notification bell, and commenting your picks, your opinions, and representing your college football teams in the comment sections down below. Now, if this is your first time watching my channel today, guys, as a first-time viewer, and this is your first video, boy, pick the goon if you're a huge fan of college football like myself, and you're ready for Week 8 of the college football season. Welcome to the Dangerous Alliance. I'm JT Dangerously. Welcome to the club, because this club is 2. Whoop whoop! Again, thank you guys so very much. Now, other than that, let's get right into this massive Week 8 college football predictions. Let's start off on Wednesday night with a Sun Belt East rivalry showdown between the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers heading to Boone, North Carolina to face the Appalachian State Mountaineers. Now, this is the 8th meeting between Coastal Carolina and Appalachian State. Appalachian State leads the old-time series 6-1. Now, the Chanticleers won last year's meeting over the Mountaineers, and the Mountaineers are looking to defeat the Chanticleers for the first time in 2 years. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 7s. Coastal Carolina is coming off their bye week, coming in perfect at 6-0, and Appalachian State's coming off their loss on Tuesday night to Louisiana, coming in at 4-2. So, coming from me in the Sun Belt East rivalry showdown on Wednesday night, I am going to go with my good friend Kill Switch and his undefeated Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. They get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Appalachian State Mountaineers. And now next matchup, which happens on Thursday night. It is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Green Wave of Tulane heading to Dallas, Texas to face the SMU Mustangs. Now, this is the 28th meeting between Tulane and SMU. SMU leads the old-time series 14-13. Now, the Mustangs have won the last 6 meetings over the Green Wave, dating all the way back to 2015, and the Green Wave are looking to defeat the Mustangs for the first time since 2012. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. Tulane's coming in at 1-5, SMU's coming in perfect at 6-0. So, coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown on Thursday night, I am going to go with Tanner Mordecai and the undefeated SMU Mustangs to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Green Wave of Tulane. And our next matchup, it is a Conference USA East rivalry showdown between the Florida Atlantic Owls heading to Charlotte, North Carolina to face the Charlotte 49ers. Now, this is only the 7th meeting between Florida Atlantic and Charlotte. Florida Atlantic leads the old-time series 4-2. Now, the Owls have won the last 2 meetings over the 49ers back in 2019 and last year, and the 49ers are looking to defeat the Owls for the first time in 3 years. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. Florida Atlantic's coming in at 3-3, and the 49ers are coming in at 4-2. So, coming from me in this Conference USA East rivalry showdown on Thursday night, I am going to go with the Charlotte 49ers to get it done at home and defeat the Florida Atlantic Owls. And now next matchup, it is a Sun Belt West rivalry showdown between the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns heading to Arkansas to face the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Now, this is the 48th meeting between Louisiana and Arkansas State. Louisiana leads the old-time series 26-20-1. Now, the Ragin' Cajuns have won the last 3 meetings over the Red Wolves dating back to 2018, and the Red Wolves are looking to defeat the Ragin' Cajuns for the first time in 4 years. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 7s. Louisiana's coming off their victory on Tuesday night, defeating Appalachian State, coming in at 5-1, and Arkansas State is coming off a bye week, coming in at 1-5. So, coming from me in this Sun Belt West rivalry showdown on Thursday night, I am going to go with the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns to get it done on the road and defeat the Arkansas State Red Wolves. And our next matchup, it is a Mountain West Conference West rivalry showdown between the San Jose State Spartans heading to the Death Star Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada to face the winless UNLV Rebels. Now this is the 26th meeting between San Jose State and UNLV. San Jose State leads the all-time series 18-6-1. Now the Spartans won last year's meeting over the Rebels, and the Rebels are looking to defeat the Spartans for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s in the Mountain West Conference. San Jose State's coming off the loss in overtime on Friday night, losing to San Diego State, coming in at 3-4, and UNLV's coming off their loss on Saturday to Utah State, coming in winless at 0-6. So coming from me in this Mountain West Conference West rivalry showdown on Thursday night, will UNLV get their first victory of the season here? I don't think so. I am going to go with the San Jose State Spartans to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the winless UNLV Rebels. And our next matchup, it is between the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders heading to East Hartford, Connecticut to face the UConn Huskies. Now this is only the third meeting between Middle Tennessee State and UConn. The Blue Raiders have won the last 2 meetings over the Huskies, dating all the way back to the year 2000. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 7s. Middle Tennessee State's coming off their bye week, coming in at 2-4. And UConn's coming off their first victory of the season on Saturday, defeating Yale, coming in at 1-7. So coming from me in this matchup on Friday night, I am going to go with the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders to get it done on the road and defeat the UConn Huskies in a close one. And our next matchup, which happens on Friday night. It is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Memphis Tigers heading to Orlando, Florida to face the UCF Knights. Now this is the 16th meeting between Memphis and UCF. UCF leads the all-time series 13-2. Now, the Tigers won last year's meeting over the Knights, and the Knights are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time since the 2018 American Athletic Conference Championship game. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 7s in the American Athletic Conference. Memphis is coming off their victory on Thursday over Navy, coming in at 4-3, and UCF is coming off their loss to Cincinnati on Saturday, coming in at 3-3. So, coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I'm going to go with my good friend Scott Weeks in Sports and his UCF Knights to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Memphis Tigers. And our next matchup, it is a Mountain West Conference Mountain rivalry showdown between the Colorado State Rams heading to Logan, Utah to face the Utah State Aggies. Now this is the 77th meeting between Colorado State and Utah State. Colorado State leads the all-time series 39-35-2. Now, the Aggies have won the last 2 meetings over the Rams back in 2018 and 2 years ago, and the Rams are looking to defeat the Aggies for the first time in 4 years. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 7s. Colorado State's coming off their victory over New Mexico on Saturday, coming in at 3-3, and Utah State's coming off their bye week, coming in at 3-2. So, coming from me in this Mountain West Conference Mountain Rivalry Showdown on Friday night, I am going to go with the Colorado State Rams to get it done on the road and defeat the Utah State Aggies. And our next matchup, it is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Washington Huskies heading to Tucson, Arizona to face the winless Arizona Wildcats. Now this is the 36th meeting between Washington and Arizona. Washington leads the all-time series 23-11-1. Now, the Huskies have won the last 4 meetings over the Wildcats dating back to 2015, and the Wildcats are looking to defeat the Huskies for the first time in 7 years. Now, both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s in the Pac-12 Conference. Washington's coming off the loss to UCLA on Saturday, coming in at 2-4, and Arizona's coming off their loss to Colorado on Saturday, coming in winless at 0-6. So, coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown on Friday night, will Arizona get their first victory of the season here? Maybe, but I don't think so. I am going to go with the Washington Huskies to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the winless Arizona Wildcats. And now the Saturday slate. Starting off with a huge Big Ten West rivalry showdown between the Wisconsin Badgers heading to Purdue to face the Purdue Boilermakers. Now this is the 88th meeting between Wisconsin and Purdue. Wisconsin leads the all-time series 50-29-8. Now, the Badgers have won the last 14 meetings over the Boilermakers, dating all the way back to 2004, and the Boilermakers are looking to defeat the Badgers for the first time since 2003. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 7s. Wisconsin's coming off their victory over Army on Saturday, coming in at 3-3, and Purdue's coming off their huge upset victory, defeating Iowa on the road on Saturday, coming in at 4-2. So, coming from me in this Big Ten West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with a little bit of an upset. I'm going to go with the Wisconsin Badgers to get it done on the road and defeat the Purdue Boilermakers in a close one. And our next matchup. It is an ACC rivalry showdown between the North Carolina State Wolfpack heading to Miami to face the Miami Hurricanes. Now, this is the 17th meeting between NC State and Miami. The U leads the old-time series 10-5-1. Now, the U have won the last 3 meetings over the Wolfpack, dating all the way back to 2012, and the Wolfpack are looking to defeat the Hurricanes for the first time since 2008. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 7s in the ACC. North Carolina State's coming off their victory over Boston College on Saturday, coming in at 5-1, and Miami's coming off their loss to North Carolina on Saturday, coming in at 2-4. So, coming from me in this ACC rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Wolfpack of North Carolina State to continue the winning ways and get it done on the road and defeat the Miami Hurricanes. And our next matchup, it is the BYU Cougars heading to Pullman, Washington to face the Washington State Cougars. Now, this is only the 5th meeting between BYU and Washington State. BYU leads the old-time series 3-1. Now, the BYU Cougars have won the last 2 meetings over the Washington State Cougars dating back to 1990, and the Washington State Cougars are looking to defeat the BYU Cougars for the first time since 1989. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 7s. BYU's coming off the loss to Baylor on Saturday, coming in at 5-2, and Washington State's coming off their victory over Stanford on Saturday night, coming in at 4-3. So, coming from me in this Battle of the Cougars, I am going to go with the BYU Cougars to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Washington State Cougars. And our next matchup, it is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the Oklahoma State Cowboys heading to Ames, Iowa to face the Iowa State Cyclones. Now, this is the 56th meeting between Oklahoma State and Iowa State. Oklahoma State leads the old-time series 33-19-3. Now, the Cowboys have won the last 2 meetings over the Cyclones back in 2019 and last year, and the Cyclones are looking to defeat the Cowboys for the first time in 3 years. Now, both teams are coming out very good Week 7s in the Big 12 Conference. Oklahoma State's coming off their victory over Texas on Saturday, coming in perfect at 6-0, and Iowa State's coming off their victory over Kansas State on Saturday, coming in at 4-2. So, coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Oklahoma State Cowboys to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Iowa State Cyclones in a shootout. And our next matchup, it is a Conference USA West rivalry showdown between the Rice Owls heading to Birmingham, Alabama to face the UAB Blazers. Now, this is the 10th meeting between Rice and UAB. UAB leads the old-time series 6-3. Now, the Blazers have won the last 4 meetings over the Owls, dating all the way back to 2017, and the Owls are looking to defeat the Blazers for the first time since 2013. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 7s in the Conference USA. Rice is coming off the loss to Texas San Antonio on Saturday, coming in at 2-4, and UAB's coming off their victory over Southern Miss on Saturday, coming in at 5-2. So, coming from me in this Conference USA West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the UAB Blazers to get it done at home and defeat the Rice Owls. And our next matchup between the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions heading to Little Rock, Arkansas to face the Arkansas Razorbacks. Now, both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s. Arkansas Pine Bluff is coming off the loss to Southern on Saturday, coming in at 1-5. And Arkansas is coming off the loss to Auburn on Saturday, coming in at 4-3. So, coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Arkansas Razorbacks to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lions. And our next matchup between the UMass Minutemen heading to Tallahassee, Florida to face the Florida State Seminoles. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. UMass is coming in at 1-5 and Florida State's coming in at 2-4. So, coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with one of my favorite announcers in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kevin Kelly, and his Florida State Seminoles to get it done at home and defeat the UMass Minutemen. And now next matchup, it is a Big Ten rivalry showdown, and it's the battle for the George Jewett Trophy between the Northwestern Wildcats heading to Ann Arbor to face the Michigan Wolverines. Now this is the 76th meeting between Northwestern and Michigan. Michigan leads the all-time series 58-15-2. Now the Wolverines have won the last 6 meetings over the Wildcats dating back to 2011, and the Wildcats are looking to defeat the Wolverines for the first time since 2008. Now both teams are coming out very different week 7s. Northwestern's coming off their victory over Rutgers on Saturday, coming in at 3-3, and Michigan's coming off their bye week, coming in perfect at 6-0. So coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry showdown to see who will win the George Jewett Trophy, I am going to go with Jim Harbaugh and the Michigan Wolverines to get it done at home and remain undefeated and defeat the Northwestern Wildcats. And now next matchup, it is an ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown between the Boston College Eagles heading to Louisville, Kentucky to face the Louisville Cardinals. Now this is the 14th meeting between Boston College and Louisville. Louisville leads the all-time series 7-6. Now the Eagles won last year's meeting over the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are looking to defeat the Eagles for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming out very different week 7s. Boston College is coming off the loss to North Carolina State on Saturday, coming in at 4-2, and Louisville's coming off their bye week, coming in at 3-3. So coming from me in this ACC Atlantic rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Boston College Eagles to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Louisville Cardinals in a very close one. And our next matchup, it is a Big Ten East rivalry showdown between the Ohio State Buckeyes heading to Bloomington, Indiana to face the Indiana Hoosiers. Now this is the 93rd meeting between Ohio State and Indiana. Ohio State leads the all-time series 76-12-5. Now the Buckeyes have won the last 25 meetings over the Hoosiers dating all the way back to 1991, and the Hoosiers are looking to defeat the Buckeyes for the first time since 1988. Now both teams are coming off their bye week. Ohio State's coming in at 5-1, and Indiana's coming in at 2-4. So coming from me in this Big Ten East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with C.J. Stroud and the Ohio State Buckeyes to get it done on the road and defeat the Indiana Hoosiers. OHIO. And now next matchup, it is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between my Oklahoma Sooners heading to Lawrence, Kansas to face the Kansas Jayhawks. Now this is the 112th meeting between Oklahoma and Kansas. Oklahoma leads the all-time series 78-27-6. Now my Sooners have won the last 16 meetings over the Jayhawks dating all the way back to the year 2000, and the Jayhawks are looking to defeat my Sooners for the first time since 1997. Now both teams are coming off very different week 7s in the Big 12 Conference. Oklahoma's coming off their big victory over TCU on Saturday, coming in perfect at 7-0, and Kansas is coming off their loss to Texas Tech on Saturday, coming in at 1-5. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I will have to say this. Caleb Williams is going to be the starter for the Oklahoma Sooners for the rest of the season because he gives us the best chance to win. He had 5 touchdowns in that game against TCU. 4 in the air, 1 on the ground. Caleb Williams, as much as I like Spencer Rattler, Caleb Williams has to be the starter for the Sooners for the rest of the season because as long as he's starting for the Sooners, our chances of winning go up. So coming from me, I am going to go with Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley, and my Oklahoma Sooners to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Kansas Jayhawks in a slobber knocker. And now next matchup, it is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Oregon Ducks heading to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California to face the UCLA Bruins. Now this is the 70th meeting between Oregon and UCLA. UCLA leads the all-time series 39-30. Now the Ducks have won the last 2 meetings over the Bruins back in 2018 and last year, and the Bruins are looking to defeat the Ducks for the first time in 4 years. Now both teams are coming off very good week 7s in the Pac-12 Conference. Oregon's coming off their victory on Friday over Cal, coming in at 5-1, and UCLA's coming off their victory over Washington on Saturday, coming in at 5-2. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown, ooh, this one's going to be good, but coming from me, I'm going to go with my good friend Gamers Goon and his Oregon Ducks to get it done on the road and defeat the UCLA Bruins in a very close shootout. And our next matchup, it is an SEC rivalry showdown between the Mississippi State Bulldogs heading to Nashville, Tennessee to face the Vanderbilt Commodores. Now this is the 24th meeting between Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. Mississippi State leads the all-time series 14-7-2. Now, the Bulldogs have won the last 4 meetings over the Commodores dating back to 2008, and the Commodores are looking to defeat the Bulldogs for the first time since 2004. Now, both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s in the SEC. Mississippi State's coming off a loss to Bama on Saturday, coming in at 3-3, and Vanderbilt's coming off their second loss to South Carolina on Saturday, coming in at 2-5. So, coming from me in this SEC rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Mississippi State Bulldogs to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Vanderbilt Commodores. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC Coastal rivalry showdown between the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets heading to Charlottesville, Virginia to face the Virginia Cavaliers. Now this is the 43rd meeting between Georgia Tech and Virginia. Georgia Tech leads the all-time series 21-20-1. Now, the Cavaliers won the last meeting over the Yellow Jackets 2 years ago, and the Yellow Jackets are looking to defeat the Cavaliers for the first time in 3 years. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. Georgia Tech's coming in at 3-3, and Virginia's coming in at 5-2. So, coming from me in this ACC Coastal rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Virginia Cavaliers to get it done at home and defeat the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And now next matchup. It is a Big Ten rivalry showdown between the Maryland Terrapins heading to Minneapolis to face the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Now this is the 7th meeting between Maryland and Minnesota. Maryland leads the all-time series 4-2. Now the Terrapins won last year's meeting over the Golden Gophers, and the Golden Gophers are looking to defeat the Terrapins for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming out very different Week 7s. Maryland's coming off their bye week, coming in at 4-2, and Minnesota's coming off their victory over Nebraska on Saturday, also coming in at 4-2. So coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry showdown between these two 4-2 squads, I am going to go with Tuula Tonga and the Maryland Terrapins to get it done on the road and defeat the Minnesota Golden Gophers in a close one. And now the next matchup. It is an SEC West rivalry showdown, and it is known as the Magnolia Bowl between the LSU Tigers heading to Oxford, Mississippi to face the Ole Miss Rebels. Now this is the 110th meeting between LSU and Ole Miss. LSU leads the all-time series 64-40-4. Now the Tigers have won the last 5 meetings over the Rebels dating back to 2016, and the Rebels are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time since 2015. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 7s in the SEC. LSU's coming off their huge victory over Florida on Saturday, coming in at 4-3, and Ole Miss is coming off their victory over Tennessee on Saturday night, coming in at 5-1. So, coming from me in this SEC West rivalry showdown to see who will get the Magnolia Bowl trophy. Ooh, boy, Coach O versus Lane Kiffin. This one's going to be good, but coming from me, I'm going to go with Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels to get it done at home and defeat the LSU Tigers in a close shootout. And now the next matchup. It is an ACC rivalry showdown between the Clemson Tigers heading to Heinz Field to face the Pittsburgh Panthers. Now, this is only the 5th meeting between Clemson and Pittsburgh. The series is tied 2-2. Now, the Tigers have won the last 2 meetings over the Panthers back in 2018 and last year, and the Panthers are looking to defeat the Tigers for the first time since 2016. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 7s in the ACC. Clemson's coming off their victory on Friday over Syracuse, coming in at 4-2, and Pittsburgh's coming off their shutout victory over Virginia Tech on Saturday, coming in at 5-1. So, coming from me in this ACC rivalry showdown, ooh, this one's a tough pick. But coming from me, I think Kenny Pickett and the Pitt Panthers are going to get it done here. So I am going to go with Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Panthers to get it done here at home and defeat the Clemson Tigers in a close one. And now next matchup. It is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Temple Owls heading to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa to face the South Florida Bulls. Now this is the 8th meeting between Temple and USF. Temple leads the all-time series 5-2. Now, the Owls have won the last 3 meetings over the Bulls dating back to 2018, and the Bulls are looking to defeat the Owls for the first time in 4 years. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 7s. Temple's coming off their bye week, coming in at 3-3, and USF is coming off the loss to Tulsa on Saturday, coming in at an abysmal 1-5. So, coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Temple Owls to get it done on the road and defeat the South Florida Bulls. And now next matchup, it is an ACC rivalry showdown between the Orangemen of Syracuse heading to Blacksburg, Virginia to face the Virginia Tech Hokies. Now this is the 19th meeting between Syracuse and Virginia Tech. Syracuse leads the old-time series 10-8. Now the Orangemen won the last meeting over the Hokies back all the way in 2016, and the Hokies are looking to defeat the Orangemen for the first time since 2003. Now both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s in the ACC. Syracuse is coming off their heartbreaking loss on Friday to Clemson, coming in at 3-4, and Virginia Tech is coming off their loss to Pitt on Saturday, coming in at 3-3. So coming from me in this ACC rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Virginia Tech Hokies to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the Orangemen of Syracuse. And now next matchup, it is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the West Virginia Mountaineers heading to Fort Worth, Texas to face the TCU Horned Frogs. Now this is the 11th meeting between West Virginia and TCU. West Virginia leads the old-time series 6-4. Now, the Mountaineers have won the last 3 meetings over the Horned Frogs dating back to 2018, and the Horned Frogs are looking to defeat the Mountaineers for the first time in 4 years. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 7s. West Virginia is coming off a bye week. They're coming in at 2-4, and TCU is coming off their loss to my Oklahoma Sooners on Saturday, coming in at 3-3. So, coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Max Duggan and the TCU Horned Frogs to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the West Virginia Mountaineers in a shootout. And now next matchup, it is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the East Carolina Pirates heading to Houston, Texas to face the Houston Cougars. Now this is the 15th meeting between East Carolina and Houston. The series is tied 7-7. Now, the Cougars have won the last 2 meetings over the Pirates back in 2017 and 2018, and the Pirates are looking to defeat the Cougars for the first time since 2012. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. East Carolina's coming in at 3-3, and Houston's coming in at 5-1. So, coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Houston Cougars to get it done at home and defeat the East Carolina Pirates. And now next matchup, it is a MAC West rivalry showdown between the Western Michigan Broncos heading to Toledo, Ohio to face the Toledo Rockets. Now this is the 76th meeting between Western Michigan and Toledo. Toledo leads the old-time series 44-31. Now the Broncos won last year's meeting over the Rockets, and the Rockets are looking to defeat the Broncos for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming off very different Week 7s in the MAC Conference. Western Michigan's coming off their victory over Kent State on Saturday, coming in at 5-2, and Toledo's coming off their loss in overtime to Central Michigan on Saturday, coming in at 3-4. So coming from me in this MAC West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Western Michigan Broncos to get it done on the road and defeat the Toledo Rockets. And now next matchup, it is a MAC East rivalry showdown between the Buffalo Bulls heading to Akron, Ohio to face the Akron Zips. Now this is the 21st meeting between Buffalo and Akron. Akron leads the all-time series 11-9. Now the Bulls have won the last 3 meetings over the Zips dating back to 2018, and the Zips are looking to defeat the Bulls for the first time in 4 years. Now both teams are coming off very different Week 7s in the MAC Conference. Buffalo's coming off their victory over Ohio on Saturday, coming in at 3-4, and Akron's coming off their loss to Miami of Ohio on Saturday, coming in at 2-5. So coming from me in this MAC East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Buffalo Bulls to get it done on the road and defeat the Akron Zips. And now next matchup, it is a MAC rivalry showdown between the Eastern Michigan Eagles heading to Bowling Green, Ohio to face the Bowling Green Falcons. Now this is the 40th meeting between Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green. Bowling Green leads the all-time series 25-13-1. Now the Eagles have won the last 2 meetings over the Falcons dating back to 2016, and the Falcons are looking to defeat the Eagles for the first time since 2013. Now both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s in the MAC Conference. Eastern Michigan's coming off the loss to Ball State on Saturday, coming in at 4-3, and Bowling Green's coming off the loss to Northern Illinois on Saturday, coming in at 2-5. So coming from me in this MAC rivalry showdown and the Battle of the Birds, I am going to go with the Eastern Michigan Eagles to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Bowling Green Falcons. And now the next matchup. It is a Big 12 rivalry showdown between the Kansas State Wildcats heading to Lubbock, Texas to face the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Now this is the 22nd meeting between Kansas State and Texas Tech. Kansas State leads the all-time series 12-9. Now, the Wildcats have won the last 5 meetings over the Red Raiders dating back to 2016, and the Red Raiders are looking to defeat the Wildcats for the first time in 6 years. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 7s in the Big 12 Conference. Kansas State's coming off their loss to Iowa State on Saturday, coming in at 3-3, and Texas Tech is coming off their victory over Kansas on Saturday, coming in at 5-2. So coming from me in this Big 12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Red Raiders of Texas Tech to continue the winning ways and get it done at home and defeat the Kansas State Wildcats in a shootout. And our next matchup, it is an SEC rivalry showdown between the South Carolina Gamecocks heading to College Station to face the Texas A&M Aggies. Now, this is the 8th meeting between South Carolina and Texas A&M. The Aggies have won the last 7 meetings over the Gamecocks dating all the way back to 2014. So the Aggies have owned this rivalry for 7 years. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 7s in the SEC. South Carolina is coming off their last second win over Vanderbilt on Saturday, coming in at 4-3. And Texas A&M is coming off their victory over Missouri on Saturday, coming in at 5-2. So coming from me in this SEC rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Texas A&M Aggies to get it done at home and defeat the South Carolina Gamecocks in a close shootout. And our next matchup, it is a Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Colorado Buffaloes heading to Berkeley, California to face the Cal Golden Bears. Now, this is the 11th meeting between Colorado and Cal. Cal leads the old-time series 6-4. Now, the Golden Bears won the last meeting over the Buffaloes all the way back 3 years ago, and the Buffaloes are looking to defeat the Golden Bears for the first time in 4 years. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 7s in the Pac-12 Conference. Colorado's coming off their victory over winless Arizona on Saturday, coming in at 2-4, and Cal's coming off a heartbreaking loss on the road on Friday, losing to Oregon, coming in at 1-5. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Colorado Buffaloes to get it done on the road and defeat the Cal Golden Bears. And our next matchup, it is another Pac-12 rivalry showdown between the Utah Utes heading to Corvallis, Oregon to face the Oregon State Beavers. Now, this is the 24th meeting between Utah and Oregon State. The series is a tied 11-11-1. Now, the Utes have won the last 5 meetings over the Beavers dating all the way back to 2014, and the Beavers are looking to defeat the Utes for the first time since 2013. Now, both teams are coming out very different Week 7s. Utah is coming off their victory on Saturday night, defeating Arizona State, coming in at 4-2, and the Beavers are coming off their bye week, coming in also at 4-2. So coming from me in this Pac-12 rivalry showdown between these two 4-2 squads, ooh, this one's a tough pick. But coming from me, I am going to go with the Beavers of Oregon State to get it done at home and defeat the Utah Utes. And our next matchup, it is a MAC East rivalry showdown between the Kent State Golden Flashes heading to Athens, Ohio to face the Ohio Bobcats. Now, this is the 73rd meeting between Kent State and Ohio. Ohio leads the old-time series 45-25-2. Now, the Bobcats have won the last 6 meetings over the Golden Flashes dating back to 2014, and the Golden Flashes are looking to defeat the Bobcats for the first time since 2013. Now, both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s in the MAC Conference. Kent State's coming off the loss to Western Michigan on Saturday, coming in at 3-4, and Ohio's coming off the loss to Buffalo on Saturday, coming in at an abysmal 1-6. So coming from me in this MAC East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Kent State Golden Flashes to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Ohio Bobcats. And now next matchup. It is a Big Ten rivalry showdown between the Illinois Fighting Illini heading to Happy Valley to face the Penn State Nittany Lions. Now, this is the 26th meeting between Illinois and Penn State. Penn State leads the old-time series 20-5. Now, the Nittany Lions have won the last 3 meetings over the Fighting Illini dating back to 2015, and the Illini are looking to defeat the Nittany Lions for the first time in 7 years. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. Illinois is coming in at 2-5, and Penn State's coming in at 5-1. So coming from me in this Big Ten rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Sean Clifford and the Penn State Nittany Lions to get it done at home and defeat the Illinois Fighting Illini. We are Penn State. And now next matchup, it is a MAC West rivalry showdown between the Northern Illinois Huskies heading to Mount Pleasant, Michigan to face the Central Michigan Chippewas. Now this is the 56th meeting between Northern Illinois and Central Michigan. Central Michigan leads the all-time series 31-24-1. Now the Chippewas have won the last two meetings over the Huskies back in 2019 and last year, and the Huskies are looking to defeat the Chippewas for the first time in 3 years. Now both teams are coming off very good Week 7s in the MAC Conference. Northern Illinois is coming off their victory over Bowling Green on Saturday, coming in at 5-2, and Central Michigan's coming off their victory in overtime to Toledo on Saturday, coming in at 4-3. So coming from me in this MAC West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Northern Illinois Huskies to get it done on the road and defeat the Central Michigan Chippewas. And now the next matchup between the Wake Forest Demon Deacons heading to West Point to face the Black Knights of Army. Now this is the 17th meeting between Wake Forest and Army. Wake Forest leads the all-time series 11-5. Now the Black Knights won the last meeting over the Demon Deacons all the way back 5 years ago, and the Demon Deacons are looking to defeat the Black Knights for the first time in 6 years. Now both teams are coming off very different Week 7s. Wake Forest is coming off their bye week, coming in undefeated at 6-0, and Army's coming off their loss to Wisconsin on Saturday, coming in at 4-2. So coming from me in this matchup, boy, who would have thought Wake Forest is undefeated in the ACC, and I think they're in first place in their division. Who would have thought in 2021 the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest would be undefeated, and I think in the top of their division in the ACC. That is pretty wild. And so coming from me, as much as I love the boys at West Point and respect the United States Army, I am going to go with the Demon Deacons of Wake Forest to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Black Knights of Army. And now next matchup, it is a MAC rivalry showdown between the Miami of Ohio Redhawks heading to Muncie, Indiana to face the Ball State Cardinals. Now this is the 35th meeting between Miami of Ohio and Ball State. Miami of Ohio leads the all-time series 20-13-1. Now the Redhawks won last year's meeting over the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are looking to defeat the Redhawks for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming off very good Week 7s in the MAC Conference. Miami of Ohio is coming off their victory over Akron on Saturday, coming in at 3-4, and Ball State's coming off their victory over Eastern Michigan on Saturday, coming in at 4-3. So coming from me in this MAC rivalry showdown and the Battle of the Birds, I am going to go with the Cardinals of Ball State to get it done at home and defeat the Miami of Ohio Redhawks. And now next matchup between the Liberty Flames heading to Denton, Texas to face the Mean Green of North Texas. Now this is only the second meeting between Liberty and North Texas. The Mean Green won the last meeting over the Flames all the way back 3 years ago. Now both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s in college football. Liberty's coming off the loss to Louisiana Monroe on Saturday, coming in at 5-2, and North Texas is coming off their loss to Marshall on Friday, coming in at 1-5. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Flames of Liberty to rebound and bounce back on the road and defeat the Mean Green of North Texas. And now next matchup. It is an American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown between the Cincinnati Bearcats heading to Annapolis to face the Midshipmen of Navy. Now this is the 5th meeting between Cincinnati and Navy. Navy leads the all-time series 3-1. Now, the Bearcats won the last meeting over the Midshipmen back 3 years ago, and the Midshipmen are looking to defeat the Bearcats for the first time in 4 years. Now, both teams are coming off very different Week 7s in the American Athletic Conference. Cincinnati's coming off their beatdown victory over Central Florida on Saturday, coming in perfect at 6-0, and Navy's coming off their loss on Thursday night to Memphis, coming in at 1-5. So, coming from me in this American Athletic Conference rivalry showdown, I am going to go with Desmond Ridder and the Cincinnati Bearcats to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the Midshipmen of Navy. And now next matchup. It is a Mountain West Conference West rivalry showdown between the Nevada Wolfpack heading to Bulldog Stadium in my city, Fresno, California, to face my city's Fresno State Bulldogs. Now this is the 53rd meeting between Nevada and Fresno State. Fresno State leads the all-time series 29-20-1. Now, the Wolfpack have won the last 2 meetings over the Bulldogs back in 2019 and last year, and the Bulldogs are looking to defeat the Wolfpack for the first time in 3 years. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 7s in the Mountain West Conference. Nevada's coming off their late night Saturday win over Hawaii, coming in at 5-1, and Fresno State's coming off their shutout victory over Wyoming on Saturday, coming in at 5-2. So, coming from me in this Mountain West Conference West rivalry showdown. Ooh, boy, this one's going to be a tough one. But coming from me, I'm going to go with my city's Fresno State Bulldogs to get it done at home and defeat the Nevada Wolfpack in a very close one. And now next matchup. It is a Mountain West Conference Mountain rivalry showdown between the New Mexico Lobos heading to Laramie, Wyoming to face the Wyoming Cowboys. Now this is the 74th meeting between New Mexico and Wyoming. Wyoming leads the all-time series 38-35. Now, the Lobos won last year's meeting over the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are looking to defeat the Lobos for the first time in 2 years. Now, both teams are coming off very bad Week 7s in the Mountain West Conference. New Mexico's coming off the loss to Colorado State on Saturday, coming in at 2-5, and Wyoming's coming off the loss on Saturday to the Fresno State Bulldogs, coming in at 4-2. So, coming from me in this Mountain West Conference Mountain rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Wyoming Cowboys to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the New Mexico Lobos. And our next matchup, it is a Sun Belt rivalry showdown between the Texas State Bobcats heading to Atlanta to face the Georgia State Panthers. Now this is the 8th meeting between Texas State and Georgia State. Texas State leads the all-time series 4-3. Now the Bobcats have won the last 2 meetings over the Panthers dating back to 2018 and 2 years ago, and the Panthers are looking to defeat the Bobcats for the first time in 4 years. Now both teams are coming out very different Week 7s. Texas State's coming out to loss to Troy on Saturday, coming in at 2-4, and Georgia State's coming out their bye week, coming in also at 2-4. So coming from me in the Sun Belt rivalry showdown between these 2-4 squads, I am going to go with the Georgia State Panthers to get it done at home and defeat the Texas State Bobcats. And now next matchup. It is a Mountain West Conference rivalry showdown between the San Diego State Aztecs heading to the Air Force Academy to face the Air Force Falcons. Now this is the 37th meeting between San Diego State and the Air Force Academy. The Air Force Academy leads the all-time series 19-17. Now, the Aztecs have won the last 8 meetings over the Falcons dating back to 2010, and the Falcons are looking to defeat the Aztecs for the first time since 2009. Now, both teams are coming off very good Week 7s in the Mountain West Conference. San Diego State's coming off their victory in double overtime on Friday, defeating the San Jose State Spartans, coming in perfect at 6-0. And the Air Force Falcons are coming off their victory over my Boise State Broncos on Saturday, coming in at 6-1. So, coming from me in this Mountain West Conference rivalry showdown, ooh, boy, this one could be really good. But coming from me, I'm going to go with an upset here. I'm going to go with the Air Force Academy Falcons to get it done at home and defeat the San Diego State Aztecs in a close one. And now next matchup. It is a Conference USA West rivalry showdown between the Texas San Antonio Roadrunners heading to Ruston, Louisiana to face the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Now this is the 10th meeting between Texas San Antonio and La Tech. La Tech leads the all-time series 7-2. Now the Roadrunners won the last meeting over the Bulldogs last year, and the Bulldogs are looking to defeat the Roadrunners for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming out very different Week 7s in Conference USA. Texas San Antonio is coming out their victory over Rice on Saturday, coming in perfect at 7-0, and La Tech is coming off the loss to UTEP on Saturday night, coming in at 2-4. So coming from me in this Conference USA West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Roadrunners of Texas San Antonio to get it done on the road and remain undefeated and defeat the La Tech Bulldogs. And our next matchup, it is the New Mexico State Aggies heading to Honolulu, Hawaii to face the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Now this is the 10th meeting between New Mexico State and Hawaii. The Rainbow Warriors have won the last 9 meetings over the Aggies dating all the way back to 1978. So the Rainbow Warriors have owned this rivalry for 43 years. Now both teams are coming out very different Week 7s. New Mexico State's coming off their bye week, coming in at 1-6, and Hawaii's coming off their loss on Saturday night to Nevada, coming in at 3-4. So coming from me in this matchup, I am going to go with the Rainbow Warriors of Hawaii to rebound and bounce back at home and defeat the New Mexico State Aggies. And now next matchup. It is a Conference USA East rivalry showdown between the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers heading to Miami, Florida to face the Florida International Golden Panthers. Now this is the 15th meeting between Western Kentucky and Florida International. Western Kentucky leads the all-time series 8-6. Now the Hilltoppers have won the last 2 meetings over the Golden Panthers back in 2019 and last year, and the Golden Panthers are looking to defeat the Hilltoppers for the first time in 3 years. Now both teams are coming out very different week 7s. Western Kentucky's coming off their victory over Old Dominion on Saturday, coming in at 2-4, and Florida International's coming off their bye week, coming in at 1-5. So coming from me in this Conference USA East rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers to get it done on the road and defeat the Florida International Golden Panthers. And now next matchup. It is a Sun Belt West rivalry showdown between the South Alabama Jaguars heading to Monroe, Louisiana to face the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks. Now this is the 8th meeting between South Alabama and Louisiana Monroe. Louisiana Monroe leads the all-time series 4-3. Now the Jaguars won last year's meeting over the Warhawks, and the Warhawks are looking to defeat the Jaguars for the first time in 2 years. Now both teams are coming off very good week 7. South Alabama's coming off their victory over Georgia State on Thursday, coming in at 4-2, and Louisiana Monroe Warhawks coming off their victory over Liberty on Saturday, coming in at 3-3. So coming from me in the Sun Belt West rivalry showdown, I am going to go with the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks to get it done at home and defeat the South Alabama Jaguars. And now on to the final 2 picks in week number 8. Starting off with a huge matchup, and it's the battle for the Jewel Shillelagh between the USC Trojans heading to South Bend to face the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Now this is the 92nd meeting between USC and Notre Dame. Notre Dame leads the all-time series 49-37-5. Now, the Irish have won the last 3 meetings over the Trojans dating back to 2017, and the Trojans are looking to defeat the Fighting Irish for the first time in 5 years. Now, both teams are coming off their bye week. USC's coming in at 3-3, and Notre Dame's coming in at 5-1. So, coming from me in this matchup for the Jewel Shillelagh, I am going to go with Brian Kelly's Notre Dame Fighting Irish to get it done at home and defeat the USC Trojans. And now the final pick in week number 8, it is an SEC rivalry known as the third Saturday in October between the Tennessee Volunteers heading to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to face the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now this is the 104th meeting between Tennessee and Alabama. Alabama leads the all-time series 57-38-7. Now, the Crimson Tide have won the last 14 meetings over the Volunteers dating back to 2007, and the Volunteers are looking to defeat the Crimson Tide for the first time since 2006. Now, both teams are coming out very different week 7s in the SEC. Tennessee's coming off the loss to Ole Miss on Saturday, coming in at 4-3, and Alabama's coming off their victory over Mississippi State on Saturday, coming in at 6-1. So, coming from me in this year's third Saturday in October between these two SEC rivals, hopefully those Tennessee fans that were throwing shit at Lane Kiffin against Ole Miss on Saturday won't throw shit at Nick Saban this week. So coming from me, I'm going to go with Bryce Young, Nick Saban, and the Alabama Crimson Tide to get it done at home and defeat the Tennessee Volunteers. Roll Tide! And those are my Week 8 college football predictions. Woo! Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching this video today. Comment below. Who do you see winning in week number 8 of the college football season? Do you see any upsets happening? Hell, we had Iowa lose to Purdue in week number 7. Do we see any upsets happening in week 8, guys? Let me know all of your picks and who you guys got. And as always, represent your college football teams in the comment section. Even if they're having a rough year like UConn and UMass and so many others, still represent them in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. Of course, I'm always on to see your comment, like it, and of course, reply right back to you because comments and your opinions are absolutely always welcome on this channel. Now, I do want to thank you guys so very much for watching my massive Week 8 college football predictions today. Now, before you guys go, as always, you guys can never forget to do this. That like button, comment, share with your friends. Of course, super kick that like button like only you guys can. Of course, guys can never forget to do this as well. That subscribe button to become part of this bigger and dangerous alliance. We're officially on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, guys, What are you guys waiting for? If you're a fan of professional wrestling, when it comes to All Elite Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and Ring of Honor Wrestling, and you're a fan of professional sports when it comes to Major League Baseball, the NBA, the NHL, college football, the NFL, and college basketball, super kick that subscribe button, folks. It's free, and you become part of this bigger, dangerous alliance. And I will see you guys later tonight for my Week 7 NFL predictions. Later days, guys, and peace.